Hey guys, what's going on? It's Christopher again from the Budget Squad. I just want to apologize to everybody that's been so long since I've recorded or said anything out there. But I got a good explanation for that. I got into a pretty serious accident in November. Ended up totaling the car. It flipped a few times. I'll show you guys what that looked like. It was pretty scary. It was my first serious real accident like that. And well, as you can imagine, the car is done and totaled. But the good news is we actually got something much cooler, still on the same platform, so a lot of our upgrades will be the exact same. And those of you who still have GTIs, Golf Rs, will still be able to follow along and do the same stuff. One other thing I forgot to add, just so you guys know, Unitronic right now does not have an intake for the Golf R or the S3. The intake that I put on there was actually for the mk8 gti. So if you don't feel like waiting, you can definitely do that. And then you can rig it up like I did. I actually rig it up properly so it looks really good and works perfectly fine. But the reason why I did that is I had that for the mk8 gti that we had before it got wrecked. But so I could save the money and everything, I ended up just being able to figure out a way to put that on there, and it works out perfectly fine. So this right here is what we ended up getting. It's a 2023 Audi S3. Don't worry about the hood. I know it looks weird. It is popped right now. We got the Premium Plus with every package except for the black optic, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We will figure it out. And I gotta say, my experience right now, I have about 800 miles in the car and I love it. The next few videos though, I actually won't be doing the installs. I do actually have some stuff going on. So I'm gonna be having somebody else do everything for you. So I won't be recording the entire thing. I'll just be telling you guys what to do. They'll do it for us and we'll go from there. But let's get into it. Let me let you guys know what we're gonna be doing today. All right, so a lot of the parts from the GTIs, Golf Rs, A3, S3, they're all pretty similar because our engines are the same. We just have different turbos, and some are all-wheel drive and some are not. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take the intake that we're going to use for the mk8 GTI. Now we won't be able to use the hose. We're going to use the factory hose, and I'll actually be doing a video of the racing line turbo inlet and hose, because we can't use the hose that we got from Unitronic, because it does have a different piece here at the bottom, which I'll show you guys in the install. But we'll be able to use our same carbon fiber, I don't know, you can call it an air diverter if you want. That's what I'm going to call it here. And then we will be using the intake as well. I will have to be trying to figure something out. We might have a slight problem because of this right here, and I know the hose is actually set up to still be able to take this, but I think we'll be able to figure something out. What we want to do, guys, we want to take this off right here. But that, you'll be able to pull this hose straight off. You have your Torx here, 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 and here. And I think that should be enough to take this off. If not, I'll tell you guys what else we need to do. Alright guys, so what my helper wanted me to point out to you guys is first you want to take those two screws off the top cover. You have to kind of pop them out like this, and there's also one little clip here on the back after you get those two screws. Then you want to take the screw there and the screw there out, and then this will be somewhat free to move around. Make sure you guys, when you're taking this off, to not damage it. Otherwise you're gonna have to go to Audi, get yourself a nice new one. I'm sure that will be super cheap for you guys for sure. What he's gonna do next, he's gonna probably take out this whole air box here and then this at the same time, since they are kind of somewhat connected. If he does it a different way, I'll let you guys know, and we'll get back to you when we do that. All right, so our helper did it exactly as I said. He ended up getting the air box taken completely out, and then it disconnected off of this, and then we were able just to pull this out and up. Now what we're gonna do next, we're gonna install our carbon fiber air duct and then get the intake in. Now we will have to do some makeshift stuff in the meantime, only due to this wire right here, because we will not be able to use our air hose or our intake hose that we were going to be using originally. due to the fact of this having an extra inlet right there. I'm not sure exactly what this hose is for, so we definitely need to make sure that we keep it OEM as possible. All right guys, so far my brother, he got it all in. It's pretty easy. You got your screw in there and down there. We got the air intake in with also the grommets. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to be as easy as we wish. Due to the fact that this is for the GTI, the GTI does not have this extra line right here going into the turbo intake pipe. So what we're going to have to do is my brother is going to have to rig something up, because this is no good. This is our Unitronic boot, intake boot, where he probably cuts something along here and then has this sit in between the Unitronic intake and the factory intake boot. Let's see what he works up. Alright guys, a good thing my little brother is just as skilled as I am. Looks like what we did here, we took a little piece of rubber from the other hose, put it around their nozzle. We cut out the nozzle and then used the factory hose, because we're going to be replacing it anyway. And keep in mind, we'll have to be doing this with the racing line hose as well, I think, because they do it a little bit differently on their stuff. But we got it set up, so we should be all good. I think eventually I'm also going to put some sealant around it too. But the little rubber gasket that we have, and then also the hose that we'll be putting on it, should be good enough for what it needs to do. But we're going to get everything together. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like, and give you guys some driving sounds as well. Alright guys, so my brother did a great job. What do you think? It looks super slick. Let's get a nice startup sound and see how it is. Alright guys, so we got it started up. No check engine lights or anything like that. Obviously I have the warning signs because I have the door and stuff open. You can hear it a lot more when the windows are down. It sounds really good.
I don't think I asked. I'm still gonna do it.
Why?
Cause
what if he beats you up?
he ain't gonna beat me up. Michaela, what do you think of Christopher's new car?
It's freaking dope.
Crazy!
Like, dude, the RS, I mean, the freaking S3, dude, best car out there. Not really.
And she even drives an A3, just because she couldn't afford the S model.
Cause I'm broke. Watch out, Colin.
Oh my god, what was that sound?
Well guys, thanks for tuning in. It was awesome to be able to have my brother help me out, since I wouldn't have been able to have done it otherwise. If you guys liked the video, make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope that you guys were able to hear the sounds. From what he said for the drive-by clips, that they were super loud, and when we were doing the test drive, it sounded really good too. I'll see you guys in the next video. He didn't want to be on the camera, but I just want to give a shout out to my helper, since I couldn't do any of the work. Thanks, brother.